Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Steve. So I've been hearing these rumors about the Philadelphia 76ers, LeBron, who else? The Lakers and LeBron, Magic Johnson recruiting Dwayne Wade just so he can get his hands on LeBron. Because obviously the NBA revolves around LeBron. But I'll sit here and I'll tell you guys this right now. If LeBron James leaves the Cleveland Cavaliers, he will ruin his legacy. His legacy will be tarnished forever. Because just think about it. Him going to Miami already hurt his legacy a little bit, okay? People consider him one of the greatest ever. Now, a lot of my fans and me myself consider him to be the greatest ever, okay? But some people say, "Oh, he had to go to Miami to win." So now people are saying he's not as good as Jordan just because of that. Could you imagine the backlash that he would get if he were to go to the Los Angeles Lakers or join the Houston Rockets with James Harden, Chris Paul, and potentially Carmelo Anthony? Oh, and speaking about Melo just said he's willing to waive his no trade kicker. I mean, his trade kicker, because he gets an extra $8 million. He said he's willing to waive that so he can go and join the Houston Rockets because he came out and told the New York Knicks he doesn't want to stay with them, which I don't blame him. He doesn't want to stay with them. He's tired of being disrespected. I want to go. And, it's crazy that he finally came out and said it. It took him a long time to do it, but he finally came out and said it. But the crazy thing is that now it's really just LeBron James by himself in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, you have the Boston Celtics with Gordon Hayward and Isaiah Thomas, but those are all-star players trying to beat possibly the greatest player of all time. So that's not going to happen. The Cavaliers are going to walk through the Eastern Conference, probably go 12-0. I mean, it's possible for someone to steal a game here and there. The chances of it happening are very slim. I mean, Milwaukee, they can't beat the Cavs. Detroit, Indiana's not even going to make the playoffs. The Knicks aren't even going to make the playoffs, unsurprisingly. The whole Eastern Conference is garbage right now. It's complete trash, And even if the Cavaliers make it right now, without them even getting Derrick Rose yet, they lose again to the Golden State Warriors. So LeBron understands this. This is why LeBron came out and said he's upset. This is why Kyrie Irving is upset. They both understand that they're not going to beat the Warriors with the same exact roster that they had last year. Okay, I hear people say, "Oh, well, what about what was it, Game 4 when they had an offensive explosion?" That's cool, but the Warriors struggled, and that's not going to happen all the time. Okay, so you're not going to beat the Warriors with your same exact roster. They need to get Derrick Rose, and they need to get Melo. If they can get both, that would be great. But it's looking like Carmelo Anthony's going to the West, which makes this right now possibly the most competitive Western Conference in a very long time. Because think about it. You have Melo, James Harden, and Chris Paul on the Houston Rockets, top 3 seed. You have Kawhi Leonard with the Spurs, top 3 seed. You have the Warriors with Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, top 3 seed. You have the Portland Trailblazers, okay? And the list just keep going on and on. The New Orleans Pelicans with Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, the best front court possibly that this league has ever seen, because obviously they just started out last year. They have their entire careers ahead of them. And then when you swing that and try and look at the Eastern Conference, it's not even, there's no competition. There's no competition at all. Like the Western Conference is like a demolition derby. Like all cars colliding with each other. That's how ridiculous the Western Conference is gonna be, and I'm excited. But if LeBron James were to go to the Western Conference, that would lead to the immediate and pending, because as soon as LeBron declines the ever bit so slightly, it's over. The Eastern Conference is garbage, unless obviously the New York Knicks signed Stephen Pope. We all know that dude is a freaking animal. So, and then on top of that, LeBron going to the West, now there's no guarantee he's going to the finals, because if he goes to the Lakers, I mean, let's be real, it's going to be worse than the Cavaliers right now, because what is it? LeBron, Lonzo, Julius Randle. I mean, come on. Kyrie and Kevin Love are way better than that at this point in their career. Obviously, Lonzo is going to be amazing. But going to the Lakers would make no sense whatsoever. So now you have the rumors of him going to the Rockets. The Rockets don't even have the cap space to be able to trade and get Carmelo. They're looking for a third team to do that. And now that Melo said he's willing to waive that no trade kicker, it may be easier, but you have to understand all the real big name players are in the Western Conference. So and all the higher paid players are in the Western Conference for the most part. So if the Houston Rockets want to get Melo, they have to have a third team. They have to have a third team and able to be able to complete this trade. But you also have to understand that this is a competition. No teams in the Western Conference want Melo to go to the Rockets because they know it's going to be a wrap. It's just going to be the Rockets and the Warriors for the next 2 to 3 years. Okay, so that's it's not gonna happen with the Rockets. It's simply not. The San Antonio Spurs, I don't know how that's gonna play out. LeBron James playing point forward, Kawhi can go to the 2 spot maybe, or you could have Kawhi at the 3 and LeBron at the 4. But LeBron really doesn't have that big man low post offensive skill set like a Melo does in the low post. I mean, LeBron can post up and stuff, but not consistently on a high level against big bodies like Melo. I'm not saying LeBron's not great because he's going to be the greatest player ever. In my opinion, he already is. But he can't do it as well as some other 3 spots that can transition to that 4 spot. Like prime example, Carmelo Anthony, Charles Barkley. So that's most likely not going to happen. Then you got the Portland Trailblazers. That could work, but again, I don't know about that. Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum. You have a really good backcourt, okay, giving you at least 50 points per game, nearly 30 points per game from Dame Dollar, and then you have 20 points per game from CJ. Then you add LeBron to that mix. Could be a conference finals, maybe a finals appearance team. And obviously, if you get out of the West, you're pretty much going to win, especially if LeBron's not in the East. It's a guaranteed win, okay? Now you also have this assumption that LeBron's going to go somewhere east. For example, LeBron's going back to Miami. No, it ain't going to happen. First of all, Miami, Dion Waiters wants Dwayne Wade to come back. I don't know why Dwayne Wade left in the first place. It was a whole nonsense, and he instantly regretted it, okay, because that Chicago stint was disgusting. Tarnished his legacy. He should have been that one player that stayed with the same team his entire career. He could have been that legend. But he had to ruin it for an extra $5 million. I think it was $5 or $10 million. Come on, D Wade. Come on, man. Anyway, look, LeBron ain't going back to Miami. Dion Waiters, look, people are gonna say Dion Waiters is a beast. He's gonna be a super. No, the reason why he's inclined, like skyrocketed right now, is because who else is gonna score on that team? Goran Dragic is good. He'll give you like 20 points per game. Hassan Whiteside's not a dominant scorer. He's a dominant rebounder. 10 points per game, 15 points per game. And he can play defense, right? But besides that, it's Dion Waiters. So that's why Dion Waiters looks like he's excelling. But trust me, he's just another Danny Granger, just another Paul George. Excuse me. I know all Paul George fans are going to get upset about that. But LeBron can't go to the Thunder. He can't go to the Celtics. They don't have the space for him. He can't go anywhere. There's nowhere for LeBron to go. He is stuck here in Cleveland, and that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. However, it can only turn bad if the Cavaliers don't capitalize. And what did I tell you guys this? I said I think this is back in early June before the finals started. I made a video and I said, be careful what you wish for. And the thumbnail was Kyrie, LeBron, and Melo all wearing Cavs uniforms, right? Be careful what you wish for. So you see them there. I told you guys, if the Warriors destroy the Cavs in 4 or 5 games, Melo's going to the Cavaliers. Melo wants to go. LeBron wants Melo. It's clear and obvious. The entire league wants Melo, which is funny because when Melo was still playing for the Knicks, he sucks, he's this, he's that. Whatever. The entire NBA wants Carmelo Anthony now. So the Cavaliers could have gotten him. They could have gotten him, okay? But no, they fired David Griffin. Now look at this team. They're going to stay exactly the same. They might sign Derrick Rose, and to be honest, that might put them over the Golden State Warriors because Derrick Rose is a great player. However, I'll tell you guys this right now. Derrick Rose is no Carmelo Anthony. I said it might put them over. If they got Melo, it's a definite Cavs are winning. But now they might get Derrick Rose. It's a maybe not. But LeBron, you better not leave the Cleveland Cavaliers because it will absolutely positively tarnish your legacy. Look at Dwayne Wade. He has a great legacy. Everyone respects him. But that respect declined slightly because he left Miami to go to Chicago for an extra $10 million when he's made over $400 million in his career. Now, I understand money over everything, and $10 million is a lot of extra money. But that legacy, to be honest, you could have had $410 million or $400 million. I would take $400 million plus the epic legacy. Okay, but that's besides the point. LeBron, you better stay in Cleveland, because if you don't, your legacy is going to be tarnished, especially if you go to the Western Conference and don't even make it to the finals.